the deal. So they asked me to do the first reading. And so I read this thing, and it's about this couple that's sitting there, and then they're praying for deliverance, and then, you know, it makes it sound like they were up to something, and I didn't know what it was. So I decided to dig into this book. So it's in the book of Tobit. I have a Protestant background, so I've never dug into this book. Let me tell you a little bit about Tobit. Tobit was this guy, right, who was in trouble with the law. He's sort of on the run because he was burying dead people. Apparently, you're not supposed to touch dead people because it's an unclean thing or whatever, something like that. But pretty much the gist was he was in a little trouble from the law. They ran him out of town. He came back, somehow became blind, but that's not the whole point. The point is he had this kid, Tobias. Tobias is his son, and he wanted Tobias to go to the next town to pick up some money that he had there, right? So Tobias didn't know how to get to the next town, so he told him, go find somebody who knows how to get there, right? So the guy who knew how to get there was this guy Raphael. So he finds Raphael, brings him back to his dad Tobit, and says, hey, I'm going to go to this next town and pick up this money. Great, go with Raphael. What they didn't know is Raphael turns out to be an angel, right? So Raphael knows some things that they don't know. They get to the next town, and Raphael tells them, hey, there's a girl named Sarah here. I want you to ask for her hand in marriage. And now he gets there. Let me tell you a little bit about Sarah. Sarah's this girl. She's had 7 husbands, okay? This is their reading, by the way. She's had 7 husbands, all dead. Every one of them. So pretty much the deal is the bridegroom shows up in the night that they're supposed to consummate their marriage. They get together. He gets up to the room. A demon pops out, kills him. And that's pretty much what happens to this guy. So
how'd he do it?
How did he do it? Well, I don't really actually, you know, I don't.
With a fish.
With a fish? Oh no. That's a whole other thing. So what the deal is. So Raphael, the angel, told him, I need you to pull the heart and some other things out of a fish to make some incense. He burned this stuff. This scares off the demon, who takes off, but Raphael is, you know, right hot on his tail, follows him to Egypt, where he binds him up and kills him, right, smites him, whatever they do back in those days. But back to Tobias, it's okay. Back to Tobias and Sarah who are hanging out there. This is enter the reading. This is where the reading begins. It's completely out of context.
He's almost done.
So that's when down praying for deliverance. You know, so if you just read this scripture out of context, it's about a couple who's praying for deliverance, and it's about prayer in the marriage, and that's important and everything, and that's fine. But the scripture, if you take it by itself out of context, it seems like, oh, it's this charming thing, and oh, it's so nice that they're praying together, and then we want to live to a ripe old age and go to sleep. No, they're praying for their lives. They're scared to death. There's a demon that's been killing off 7 of her previous husbands, and they're out of their minds scared. They're praying that God will help them so that this thing doesn't come back and kill them too. That was what the story was all about. Just thought you ought to know that. Bye.